Hey guys, welcome back. I am finishing out the week of my favorite tags with the bookish scenario tag. So this tag is 7 questions of different scenarios that you as a bookish person might find yourself in. I saw Emily Fox do this the most recently out of the people that I'm subscribed to, and the originator of this tag was Lindsay Hart's books, which I will link down below. Okay, I have all of these written down in my bullet journal and they're kind of long, so excuse me while I stare at the page to read each of them off. Number 1, you have to get rid of all your books and you can only keep one from each of these genres: contemporary, fantasy, nonfiction, and one other genre of your choosing. What books do you keep? Okay, other genre of my choosing: sci-fi. Contemporary, I think I'm gonna answer these questions just with the first thing that comes to mind, but nothing's coming to mind for contemporary. I don't own very many contemporary books. Should we do a different genre other than contemporary? We'll substitute classics for contemporary. Okay, classics. Oh no, this is painful now. Because look, you can only see 4 of them here, but I have these beautiful editions of the Jane Austen books. Here's an example. Like, they're just so beautiful, but that's 7. If I'd only pick one, I'm so sorry. It would be this one. Fantasy. Okay, wow, I hate this also because all 7 of these, Narnia, but also The Lord of the Rings. Oh no, oh no. Okay, well this is easy, These will go back to my mom. If I'm getting rid of books, these go back to my mom because they're actually hers. Sorry mom, I took them. And then that leaves me just needing to pick one other one. Oh man, and there's the Darker Shade of Magic trilogy, but my library has those. My library has those and Lord of the Rings. Can I keep one series? If I can keep one series, Bobby Pendragon by DJ McHale. If I can only keep one book, maybe I'll keep one I haven't read yet. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll keep one I haven't read yet. That's The Lies of Locke Lamora, because I want to read this. Feels like a cop-out answer, but this is the worst. Sci-fi or nonfiction? Nonfiction would be Rising Strong by Brene Brown. That is my favorite nonfiction book. There's so much that I've learned from it, and that's been the most applicable to my life, to where I go back and actually reference it, and so I definitely would want to keep that one. And sci-fi, again, there's so many books that I would want to read for sci-fi, but probably maybe Out of the Silent Planet by C.S. Lewis, but also maybe The Last Starfighter. I've read this book before and I just remember really loving it. I'm trying to think if there's nope. I know what book it is. I'm not gonna go get it because my husband's in his office where my bookcase, the big bookcase is, but The Never Hero by T. Ellery Hodges. Hands down, that's the book I would keep out of sci-fi. That was the worst. Hopefully I can edit that and have it make sense. Number 2, you're at the bookstore and you hear a teenager telling their mom they don't like to read, but their mom insists they pick up something. You walk over and recommend a book you think is great for people who aren't big on reading. What book is it? Okay, that's a little open-ended because I don't know what this teenager's into. Teenagers have as broad taste as adults do. Like, there's not one book that's gonna be like the best fit all for everyone. I guess in real life, I would first find out what television or games that this person's into, but the question doesn't include that. So if I'm having to just blindly recommend something to a teenager, I think A Darker Shade of Magic. It has the complex plot of adult fantasy. It reads very smoothly and excitingly like YA does. It's not written like YA, it's definitely written more like adult. However, some adult fantasy can move very slowly, and it's a really good reading pace, it's really good world building, it has excellent characters. I love Lila Bard. She's one of my favorite characters of all time. I also really enjoy Kel. The plot is really fascinating. It's somehow, I think it's maybe more of a character-driven book, and yet the plot is just, it's so good. The plot has really good pacing, so it hits the best of both worlds with that. I think no matter what you enjoy, you probably have a pretty good chance of enjoying A Darker Shade of Magic. And I also think that with it being an adult book, technically, I remember being a teenager and wanting to just be older all the time, and so I started exploring adult fantasy as a teenager because I was just trying to be cool and get over YA or whatever, even though I still read it and totally was obsessed with it still. And so I think there's something about like the fact that it is adult fantasy that's really good, and it leaves you wanting to keep reading, or at least it left me wanting to keep reading. It's like somehow leaves you satisfied with the story and yet really wanting to continue reading. I read the first book in less than 24 hours and had finished the whole series in like a week. So yeah, that's the book I would recommend. Number 3, you're not feeling yourself in need of pick-me-up. Which book do you read to put yourself in a great mood? I really like reading new books to put myself in a good mood. So any next book on my TBR that I'm excited about. But if this is going more for like all-time favorites, it feels like this question at least is going for more like all-time favorites that you come back to just to like feel good, which is awesome. I definitely do that. Probably The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, or the Bobby Pendragon series. Absolutely. Like those two are ones that always make me feel really good. Number 4, you go back in time for a day to your teenage years. What book would you most likely have caught yourself reading? Overarching my teenage years, the Bobby Pendragon series, because it finished out, I want to say the last book was published either my senior year of high school or my freshman year of college. Also senior year, I think The Hunger Games. Number 5, your friend surprises you with a 4-day trip and you have 1 hour to pack. Which book do you bring to read on the way? Honestly, I'm a pro at packing in like 1 hour. Also, does my Kindle count? This is only one thing, but I have like 150 books on here. For real though, I think I would just pick whatever book was next on my TBR. Number 6, your house has been robbed. Don't worry, everyone is safe, but your bookshelf has been raided. What's the book you really hope is safe? These. Because they belong to my mom. And she's gonna see this video and realize that I know they're hers and I have them. And then she'll probably ask for them back. But because they're hers, they better not have been taken, or I'm gonna have to buy her a new set. Sorry, Mom, I love you. I have plans to return them. I even know how I want to return them. It's gonna be really cute and really fun, and I'm not gonna tell you because my mom's gonna watch this and then she's gonna know. Number 7, your friend borrows a book and returns it in awful condition. Do you A, just pretend you haven't noticed, B, ask them to repurchase it, or C, secretly do the same to something of theirs? Okay, C is horrible. You're not friends if you do that. That's not friendship. Why? Why would you do that? A, just not say anything. Again, you're not friends because you're not being able to be honest with each other. This is not friendship. So therefore, inherently, B, you ask them to repurchase it. I would ask them to repurchase it, and I have actually experienced, like I've loaned books to friends and they have gotten damaged, and I've never had to ask someone to repurchase it because they've always volunteered. So therefore, I honestly have the best friends out there. They're looking out for me because they either return it in great condition or they volunteer to repurchase it. And also when I loan books to friends, they know it's part of the deal. The people that I loan books to know that if they lose it or damage it, they're gonna buy it for me again. That's just the type of friends that I have. They're good. They look out for me in my books. I know a lot of people are really nervous to loan their books out though, which I understand for those series. However, the rest of my books, I feel like honestly, if it's going to benefit someone and they're going to enjoy it and they agree to return it in a timely manner and to replace it if it gets lost or damaged, I would rather have them reading a book than keep it for myself, you know? Like it just sounds, it's like there's so many amazing things to share with people. Why would I have all of these books. Why would I keep them to myself? I want more people to be reading. I'm on a quest for everyone in my life to read books. Obviously, I'm going to loan them books given those 2 prerequisites. That's a little bit of a soapbox. I totally respect people's decisions to do whatever they want with their books. But for me personally, I feel like I would rather loan a book to someone knowing that they'll replace it and or return it in a timely manner and be able to have them enjoy it, you know? Like I want more people to read. And if me loaning books contributes to that, then great, I'm gonna do it. But yeah, they have to replace it if they damage or lose it. They have to. That's just fair, right? Like it's only appropriate that if you damage something that belongs to someone, you pay to replace it. That's true for more than just books. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna stop ranting. I think you understand how I feel about that. that concludes my Bookish Scenarios tag. It also concludes, because this is getting posted on a Friday, it also concludes the end of my week of tags. So I hope you really enjoyed it. I'll have the rest linked in, probably, if I can learn the cards, they'll be linked up there or in the description box below. One or both of those, they'll be linked so you can check out the rest of my tags. I hope you really enjoyed them. Let me know what you think. What are some of the answers to some of these questions that you have? I'm just curious. So yeah, subscribe to my channel for more content. I have some exciting more videos coming, even though the week of tags has wrapped up. There's more things coming down the pipe that I'm very excited about, including very soon my Secret TBR reveal. So that's gonna be really fun. Yeah, make sure you don't miss out on that. And until then, I will see you next time, and I hope you're doing a great job taking care of yourself and loving the people around you.